close reading. Business companies are published. Now, even if there's evidence, documents to prove that the staff took that equipment or the monies that they're accusing me of taking, it's libel.
It's
because
libel.
in this case now, the monies that the government has collected, you said it's evidence.
Yes, exhibit.
It's exhibit. So
yes.
If you've collected something you say is evidence or exhibit against an individual, why can't you let the people know that this is the person that took this? Or this is the person I got this from?
I have said it before that this report is interim. Eventually you will know. But don't be too much in a hurry for the names to be mentioned. Because it will slow the government effort to recover more.
So the thought
it will slow, it will damage a lot of ongoing investigations.
Many people
I pray Nigerians will exercise patience.
Indeed.
Even though on the social media, most of the names, you have read about them. What you now want is government official communication to Nigerians that this is what we got from from the following people. It's a matter of time.
Have you seen some of these names? Because I haven't. Have you seen some of this?
No, I won't mention them here as a lawyer, but on the internet, we have read money. We read about money, recovered dollars, recovered from Sokaway. Have we not? Particularly all these Air Force chiefs. We have read about money recovered from their homes. We have seen about properties they bought for their children. All those things are included in this interim report.
Mr. Ngige, since you went out, but you see, these men are still innocent until they are proven, even though money have been recovered.
But I'm not the one that put them on the internet. Am I? We read it on social media.
Neither are we, so... but the other aspect of it, I mean, should the government have even published these figures in the first place? Because those who want to actually follow blow by blow can't. They don't know who or where it's coming from. Shouldn't the government have waited if they knew, well, look, we're not going to publish the names, as we earlier said, so why don't we wait until we can publish the names and the figures?
Well, I don't still think that the government did anything wrong in publishing an interim figure. There's nothing wrong with that. Once they call it interim, in the next 1 month or in the next 2 months, there are those that they will mention their names. There are those that they will mention their names. For instance, the United States government, from what I read, has some money they want to send back to Nigeria. But they are waiting for certain government obligations. If that money is returned to Nigeria, they can gladly mention that this money is traceable to that person.
You know, the confusion some Nigerians are getting here is that you recall that we woke up one time, they were trying to sanitize the banks, and the banks had to put out a list of debtors in national dailies. We saw loads and loads of names, even some who were millionaires and some close to billionaires. They published all those names as debtors of each one of those banks. Why was that possible? And in this case, it's not possible.
Do you know what happened?
It goes back to the question Chamberlain asked. Is it because of the caliber of persons perhaps involved in these recovery?
Suleiman, after those publications about bank debtors, go back and check the quantum of litigation that followed it. They were suing CBN, they were suing NDIC, they were suing the banks. Why? Because those accounts are being disputed. So if there are disputes about the money I'm owing a bank, and you go out and publish my name as a debtor, I can sue for defamation. If it's a company, he can also sue for injurious falsehood. We are disputing the amount. So that's why, ask those banks, after the publication, how much did they make? How much did those debtors pay?
Okay, but what about in this case?
Did they pay?
You know, just as you said, I mean, they signed paper saying this money was recovered from my house. So in that kind of scenario, if we could take that particular, for instance, and then they publish that we recovered this money from this person's house, yes, and leave it at that, would they have done anything wrong?
Well, they wouldn't have done anything wrong if they mention the money, but it will be prejudicial to the trial. At the end of the day, if that person is found not guilty, what would the government say? That you have already gone to the press, you have already dramatized the money you got in my house, and today the court has determined and acquitted me. He can even now sue the government. He can sue for malicious prosecution. He can sue for defamation.
But Mr. Ngige, what if we had the scenario in this country wherein, as we see several places, when investigation is going on, the police authorities are giving the citizenry blow-by-blow account of what is going on so they can follow it? If we had that system here, and then the names were mentioned in the process, would anything have been wrong?
If you cross-check with foreign countries, they don't mention names blow by blow. They don't mention names.
But we've seen in some cases, even in Britain, when lawmakers, when they padded even with £100, their names were mentioned.
No, it was a different case. The lawmaker that collected bribe to ask questions, that one was different. It was a media house.
The one who increased.
It was a media house that used their investigative journalism and got them and published them. And if, at the end of the day, the allegation was found to be untrue, those media houses would have, they would have paid dearly for it.
It's okay if we have continued, if we have been
fighting. You have to be careful. It's a very delicate issue. You know, mob action is what is playing out here. Name them, name them.
No, they said they were going to name them.
If we have been supposedly fighting corruption in this way and we don't seem to be getting any headway, can't we change the way we do things just so that we can get these people who are looting the nation's treasury?
I tell you, naming them will not change.
I didn't say name them now. I said, can't we change the way we do things so that we can make a headway and stop others from going the same way?
Well, that's what they are doing now. It's a change in the sense that they are using persuasion, and negotiation to recover loot. It's different.
All right, Mr. Emeka Ngige, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, thank you for your thoughts this morning.